Hello and welcome to Bangalore at 7. I'm Abhishek Angad.
And I'm Ruhi Menon. Let's take a look at the headlines for today. The lack of education and effective medicines are affecting the Ayurveda medicines market. Slum dwellers are getting better housing facilities in Lakshman Nagar. New evidence against Nityananda alleging his involvement in the sex racket.
Now let us take a look at the news in detail. Despite the law that basements cannot be used for any purpose other than parking, a lot of buildings in the city are violating the law. Our reporter Prajala Hegre has more on this story.
Despite the law that basement in buildings cannot be used for any purpose other than parking, there are a lot of buildings in the city which is being used for commercial.
The shop owners said that they knew about the law, but they have permission and trade license from the BBMP to have shops in basements.
Mainly meant for parking. But thing is that in commercial street, I can say a lot of people have taken the permission from BBMP to make convert it into shop because they are have trade license and they are paying taxes for that.
Not only shop but marriage halls violating these laws by using basements for hosting functions instead of providing space for parking.
Yeah, because of the shops in the basement, there's a lot of problem to the people. They don't find space to park their vehicles. For example, two-wheeler and all, they'll have to go and park in somewhere in the road or not. So it's a lot of difficult people face here. So this has to be like corrected and
because of rampant corruption and also we can't able to control all those violations. We are seeing you go anywhere, we are seeing all these the parking. Politicians are not cooperate with the officers because of them. The officials are purposefully, knowingly, they are doing wrong things, and also they are not going to take care of those things, and they will. It's difficult to.
Slum dwellers of Lakshman Nagar area are going to get concrete houses built in the 3Gs model. Our reporter Shishmita Das brings you this report. We will now slip into a short break. After the break, we have smart health cards will now be available in private hospitals.
कैसे न रुके हम मर्जी से चले हम बादल सा गरजे हम सावन सा बरसे हम सूरज सा चमके हम स्कूल चले हम.
Welcome back. Nityananda's driver alleged him of physically torturing his disciples. Our reporter Shibarna and Rohit brings us the story.
Dharmananda alias Lenin, who used to be Nityananda's driver, opened a Pandora's box by accusing him physically torturing his disciples and trying to bribe him to prevent from speaking to the media.
Yes, including me also is beating many times. Not only me, all ashramates. He is a very it's called in spiritual, it's called karma. I beating you, he'll remove the karma. Like that only said.
40 brahmacharinis who were also present from the Nityananda ashram refused to accept Lenin's allegations against Swamiji.
the women of the ashram are here. Why doesn't he come and speak to us directly? Will you be there? Why will you be there if we are being abused?
Demanded to show them the charge sheet that has been filed by CID against Swamiji.
But we have not received a copy of the charge sheet to date.
When told about the demands of the brahmacharinis, Lenin said,
Laima, you want any devotee or ashrams, you will verify what I am said.
Tussle between Nityananda ashram and Lenin continues. Time will only tell the truth. Cameraman Rohit, this is Shubhana reporting for IAJNM.
Slum dwellers of Lakshman Nagar area are going to get concrete houses built in G3 model. Our reporter Smita Das brings you the report.
The government is constructing G+3 model house for the slum dwellers of Lakshman Nagar area under the norm of Basic Service for Urban Poor scheme. 920 houses are under construction. The slum dwellers will get their newly constructed 3-storied houses within 12 to 15 months.
from slum clearance board side, we are taken up 920 houses construction under NERM BSUP scheme. In G+3 model, this is one of the massive social project first time.
Now, each family will be getting 1 BHK flat of 25 square meter corporate area.
4 बिल्डिंग अक्सर बना रहा है, उसी में एक एक घर का आदमी का रहना बोला। ठीक है, कार्ड दिया है फैमिली का फोटो पकड़ के हम लोग को बना के देता करके कार्ड दे के भेजा, उसलिए हम लोग खाली कर रहे हैं, नहीं तो नहीं करता।
The BBMP will soon introduce health smart cards in private hospitals also. Our reporter Sheshi Chaudhary reports on this.
The Smart Health Card initiative for BPL families taken in the month of November in 2009 is going to be implemented within 2 months. The project coordinating officer says it is going to be implemented in 50 health centers and 50 hospitals primarily.
Initial stages we are going to issue 2 lakhs smart cards, and it will be implemented in the private hospital also. Call to the BPL card holders and slum dwellers, and in the subsequent period we are going to raise it up to 6 to 6.5 lakhs.
Government in collaboration with Suvarna Arogya Suraksha Trust is planning to implement this in private hospitals. Suvarna Arogya Trust says that they are waiting for the approval. They are hoping to get the approval within 6 months.
Houses built near the 800-year-old Someshwara temple are going to be demolished for the restoration of the temple. Rishita brings us this report.
The temple, which is 800 years old, is going to be restored and requires access to the pond of the Kalyani. To gain full access, the shops and houses will have to be demolished.
Not using it, it has become like that. The temple man has gone to the court, and if they get the permission to demolish this and make it properly, then it will be, the water also will be pure. When
see that the houses have been broken down and the water in the pond is very dirty.
The limits. So whether it's constructing an extra floor or the amount of floor area that is constructed, all of these are at times violated.
The temple authorities feel that the work is going on well and it is smooth. They are confident of winning the case soon. This is Richita from IIJNM Bangalore.
Time for a short break. Coming up next, we have NGOs celebrating the Anti-Corruption Day.
Studies show that a person loses 7 minutes of his life every time he smokes a cigarette. Be nice to smokers. They don't have much time left.
Army Services Corps is celebrating their 250 years in style. Our reporter Sheshi Chaudhary reports more.
Army Service Corps celebrated their 250th anniversary and 9th reunion today on Army Golf Club.
The Army Service Corps logistic arm of the Indian Army is celebrating its 250th anniversary. It's role in mechanical transport, animal transport, air maintenance and various logistic activities.
They celebrated with horse riding, polo playing and other adventurous sports. Many a high designated officer came and made this event a success.
Today is Anti-Corruption Day. Various NGOs gathered in Kaban Park to fight against corruption. Our reporter Dipalshi brings us this report.
On the eve of International Anti-Corruption Day, which is celebrated worldwide on December 9, an anti-corruption rally opposite Kaban Park was organized by NGOs like Avas, Public Affairs Center, Swabhiman and Coalition Against Corruption. Ms. Purnima, a member of Coalition Against Corruption and Swabhiman, briefed us about the rally and their agenda.
On this particular International Day of Anti-Corruption, which is 9th December, means of preventing the corruption, like we are demanding for setting up a high-level committee for prevention of corruption. We have set up a helpline, 65734444. It's there in all our banners and badges.
The main agenda of the rally was to convey that fighting against corruption is not a one-man action. It's the whole society which has to raise its voice against it and accept the challenges to eradicate it.
Now business news with Mr. Bedi.
Today, Sensex closed at 19,242 points, which is 454 points down. The major Sensex movers for the day were Reliance Infra, which closed 34 points down at 984, and Wipro, which closed at 436 points, which is 0.67% down. This is Tamish Bedi from IIJNM.
Before we end, let us take a look at the headlines for today. Using basements for commercial purposes is illegal, but many are violating this rule. BBMP Health Smart will now be available at private hospitals also. New evidence against Nityananda alleging his involvement in the sex racket.
That's all for today's edition. Do log on to our website www.thesoftcopy.com for more updates. Thank you and good evening.